All right, great. Awesome. Okay, we're good. Hi, good morning. I'm Mel Robbins. This is Coffee Talk, my live weekday broadcast where I take you behind the scenes of the media company that we run here in Boston. And we also share with you all of the things that we're learning, all kinds of tools that you can use to improve your life. If this is the first time you've ever watched a Coffee Talk, welcome. I'm absolutely thrilled that you're here. And if this is part of your daily routine, you watch Coffee Talk all the time, and you're one of the folks that write into us and say that you love having this daily push, this daily reminder that you got this daily free dose of learning new tools that can help you become a little bit better, know a little bit better so that you can make your life a little bit better. Well, thank you for being part of our family. And it's been really, really awesome to be on this ride with you. So to get started, we're going to be talking about this little strategy. It's like a little mind trick called, in order to make it stick, go brick by brick. In order to make it stick, go brick by brick. This is a coffee talk for those of you that feel like you have big dreams, but you can't gain traction, that you have a lot of ideas and you have major passions and things that you want to do, but you're either so overwhelmed or you don't know how to get started, or you start to think about what you need to do and it becomes so daunting that you start spinning in place. That is what today's Coffee Talk is all about. So before we get started, as you know, this isn't just about me. This is a conversation. I would love to know in the comments where you're watching from. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, tell us where you're watching from, and tell us something that you're up to that you would love to see yourself gain a little momentum on. Some project, some dream, some goal that you have that feels maybe a little big, a little overwhelming, and you just would love to make a little bit of progress. You'd love to notice the secret to getting out of your head and actually building momentum. And that's why today we're talking about go brick by brick in order to make it stick. So, one of the things that's interesting about having big dreams and big goals is that oftentimes the fact that the goals and the dreams that we have are so big, it makes them really, really difficult to achieve because you spend so much time thinking about how big the idea or the dream is that you become paralyzed in the moment around taking action. And so before, I share with you how you take action on something that's big, again, introduce yourself in the comments. Where are you watching from? And tell me a little bit. Chris, could you come here a minute since I can't watch? And Tracy, could you please give me some shout outs in the comments, please? Hey, Mandy. Okay, so Ronnie is planning a documentary. Miss Dara wants to do a youth mentorship. Farron wants to have an aromatherapy business. Excellent. Any others on Instagram, Mandy?
Lucy from St. Paul wants to start her own business.
Ooh, Lucy's starting her own business in St. Paul.
Susie wants to go back to school at the age of 54 to become a life coach.
Yes, Susie, life coach, age 54. We need you, woman.
Yes, let's see here. Georgiana wants to create a blog about passion for beauty, health, and lifestyle.
Blog.
Nice.
Anybody else want to create a blog? Excellent. Okay, great. So if you can't think of a dream, just let me know of a change that you want to make in your life, okay? So don't overthink even the question that I'm asking you. Just what's one small change that you want to make in your life, okay? I'm really inspired right now because my brother-in-law is doing this crazy intense eating program. There's a bunch of stuff going on in his life, and he decided to take on this eating program that's super intense. It involves a scale. He's working with a bodybuilder, and to see what's happened to this guy's body in 2.5 weeks of doing this discipline, and to see what's happened focusing in on doing an eating plan and being disciplined about that, and then how that one habit around discipline has started to trickle out into the way that he's doing business development and the way that he's being in his life, I'm like, whoa, I think I want to take that on. Mandy wants to run a marathon. Joy wants to start a singing telegram business. Oh my God. That's such a cute idea. I'm not even sure who I would call to deliver a singing telegram, but that's an adorable idea. A new chapter wants to take nature pictures for a living. Excellent. Okay, good. So you got the assignment. So now what we need to do is, now that you have the thing that you want, the big thing, the change that you want to make, now we need to break things down to the teeniest, tiniest action. That's right. How do you build a house? By laying a foundation, brick by brick by brick. You go one small brick at a time. And it's exactly the same thing for your goals, by the way. So if you think about where you're at in this moment, and you think about the path that will take you forward to your big dreams or to this change that you want to make. And I'm going to use the eating program as my example because this is daunting to me. I can come up with a million reasons right now, just like I'm sure you can come up with a million reasons why you can't run a marathon, you can't do the singing telegram business, you can't take nature pictures for a living, you can't be more connected to your husband, which is what Leanne wants, you can't launch that aromatherapy business. I can't possibly do a structured eating program with a scale right now because I travel too much, because I'm too busy, because I'm lazy, because I'm not deliberate like my bracelet. Remember my intent bracelet? I'm reminding myself to be deliberate, which is probably why I'm thinking about this program. The path between where I'm at and where you want to get to is the same. It is a brick path, and it is comprised of a ton of little bricks that come together to take me forward. And so when you think about a goal or you think about a dream as a million little bricks that come together and lay a path forward, that's the way visually you can break down your goals. And so for me, you know what that one brick could be today? It could be asking Chris or my brother-in-law for the phone number of the person. Not even making the call, people. I'm talking about breaking it down to one brick. So I will get that phone number and I will write it down in my little red book, or I will write it down in my 5-second journal. And that way I will have the number. And guess what the brick is going to be tomorrow? The brick tomorrow is going to be to call the guy, right? And make an appointment. And then the next brick might be to read a little bit. And so the key is going brick by brick to make it stick. Because if you think you can lay the whole path between where you're at and where you want to go right now, you're nuts. And it's all that thinking, that overthinking, that thinking too big. Thinking big is about dreams. Thinking big is about goals. Thinking big is about your heart and your soul and figuring out what you want. Then once you do that and you think big and you see where you're headed, boom, you got to come back and you got to go brick by brick to make that vision stick. You got to go brick by brick to make the action stick. You got to go brick by brick to lay that pathway forward and to keep going. And let me tell you something, I don't care how busy you are, I don't care how tired you are, I don't care how much there is to do to make this big dream forward. You have time to lay one brick a day. You really do. You really do. And this is the secret, everybody. This is the secret to everything. It's to understanding that there is no timeline to getting your dreams done. All there is to do is to allow your heart and soul to dream big, to see the path forward, and then to pull yourself into the moment every day and have the discipline to be deliberate, to lay one brick on that path. That's it. And to keep reminding yourself that everything that you're learning on the way as you lie bricks down and you move forward a little at a time is helping you build the path. And there will be times that you start to lay bricks in this direction and you realize, whoa, wait a minute, I'm going over here and my dream is over there. I guess I better lay bricks over here and head back in the direction. Then you're going to go this way. That's great, because everything that you learned over here is going to be exactly what you needed in order to be doing what your big dream is. I can give you another example. This one is like, boom, front and center of my mind. So as many of you know, we're launching a daytime talk show. The Mel Robbins Show is coming to syndicated television September 16th. Nationwide this fall with Sony Pictures. Tribune is our launch group. We have independent station owners all over the country that we've partnered with. This is going to be so cool. And the closer that I get to launching this show, my business partners and I, Mandy, Chris, and I, start to get really nervous. And of course, we're doing something big, right? And you know the path to becoming a daytime syndicated talk show host, this is a path that I've been laying brick by brick for 30 years. No joke. No joke. And when I think about all of the bricks and all of the lessons that I have put in place, that my partners have put in place, all the failures that have led me to this big dream of having a talk show, every one of those bricks is necessary. And let me tell you a story real quick. So on Monday, Mandy, Chris, and I were with our executive producer, Mindy, and Andrea from Sony Pictures, and we were in New York City, and we got to see the home of the new Mel Robbins show. And it is at CBS Broadcasting Center in New York on 57th Street. It is a historic building. We are in the largest, you guys, the largest soundstage in Midtown Manhattan. This is no rinky-dink little operation. The Mel Robbins show is coming onto the scene with first-class, premium amazingness. So we walk into the soundstage, right? And it is this massive room with 25-foot ceilings. And if you want to see a picture of it, by the way, our newsletter goes out today. More than 350,000 people read it every single day from around the world. If you're not on our newsletter list, you're missing out, and we're missing you. So go to melrobbins.com, and right on the homepage, you can sign up for our free newsletter. It only goes out once a week. We don't spam. We don't really sell anything. We just write a letter every week to you about everything we're learning. We send photos. It's really cool. And I have photos of the space. It's insane. It's 25-foot ceilings. It's massively huge. Over in the corner, is it Brian Gumbel?
Yes, Real Sports.
Brian Gumbel with Real Sports has his set. Holy cow, Brian Gumbel, I can't believe it. So as we walk in, and I see this massive space, and literally the scaffolding up 25 feet above, and 300 lights hanging from it, and wires everywhere, and this big open space, you know what I realized? Holy cow. Being a motivational speaker for the last 4 years, and being a part of events, literally hundreds of events, you guys, has prepared me for this moment, and not in the way that you think. I realized that what's going to happen when we build out this blank space is exactly what happens in every convention center in the world when somebody holds an event. You walk into a huge space, and you have to tent off a smaller space inside of it. And what you tent off is where the event takes place. And behind the tent, guess where that's the control room. That's where the tech folks are. That's where I wait. And I realized, holy cow, I've actually been training for this moment for 4 years by being in spaces just like this for events. And if I really think about it, most of the time that I speak, we've got at least 5,000 people in the audience. And every day I'm going to walk in here 175 times a year producing my own event. And there'll be 200 people in my audience. And we will have the curtains, just like we do at a regular event. And behind those curtains, it's not a big scary control room, that I was wigging myself out about. It's just my AV team. And the director, just like I have a director of the show, it's the exact same thing, only it's ours. And when I realized, holy cow, every single day for the last 5 years that I've shown up at an event with Mandy or with Chris or somebody from our team, we're laying a brick. We're laying a brick that takes us to the path of being able to walk into a new paradigm, which is daytime syndication, and understand that we're ready. We're ready because we've been laying it brick by brick by brick, and I didn't even realize that this is where it was heading. It's not that public speaking has made me ready. It's that being in these spaces at events has made me ready. And I realized, holy cow, I feel right at home in an environment like this. Awesome. And so will you. All right. So if you want to know more about going brick by brick, I've got some free resources for you because I love to give you free resources. Brick by brick is a strategy that we talk about in our brand new Audible Original. The Audible Original is called Take Control of Your Life. We don't have a printout of it anywhere, no. Okay. Take Control of Your Life. It's on Audible. It is a 10-hour audiobook where I coach 6 people, and then after every coaching session, I do 45 minutes of takeaways. If you're interested in that book, just go to Amazon, Google Take Control of Your Life. You can buy it there. You can use a credit. If you don't want to buy it, no problem. If you go to melrobbins.com/take control, there is a 55-page workbook that we are giving to you for free that has all the takeaways from the audiobook. It's not the same as listening to it, but you get all the takeaways for free. And if you go to page 7 of the workbook, I guide you through the entire process of exercises to help you figure out your brick to get you started small enough today. So questions like, what's something you're interested in improving? What's one teeny tiny little brick you could lay in the direction? We give you examples. Make a phone call. Sign up for class. There's tons of examples. Go get the workbook at melrobbins.com/take control. Then on pages 8 and 9 of the workbook, there are 5 science-backed strategies that you can use to make sure you actually complete the brick every day. Like scheduling when you're going to do it, keeping a I did it list, like all kinds of awesome stuff. And if you go to melrobbins.com/take control, you will find all of this for free. One more thing I want to talk about. 5-second journal. Don't buy it. It's only the most powerful journal in the planet, and it is finally back in stock on Amazon. I think these things are like $14. It's like 300 pages. Look at how thick this thing is. It's almost like the size of my head, for crying out loud. We designed this over the course of 2.5 years. We tested it with thousands of people in online courses. It is a step-by-step journaling method that I use, that my team uses, that people around the world, tens of thousands of people around the world are using right now to wake up and leverage science within 5 seconds. Boom, each question, 5 seconds, to help you stay focused, be more productive, and identify that one brick that you're going to lay today to move yourself forward. This is the 5-second journal. It's back in stock. Get it fast because it is going to go out of stock again very quickly. 5-second journal. And we are waiting for our print run from overseas. And there's a paper shortage. And so this will not be available again once we sell out till probably May. So don't miss out if you've been thinking about it. It's like 13 or 14 bucks on Amazon here in the States. But if you don't have the cash, I get it. If you don't have the resources, no problem. You can go to 5secondjournal.com. And at 5secondjournal.com, there are free templates that you can download with the journaling method so that you can do it for free. And you can get started for free, because one of the things I hope you know about me is that I am so committed to sharing tools, resources, inspiration, motivation, breakdowns, everything that I can, so that you think more critically about the way you're living your life, so that you can be deliberate about your decisions, okay? You don't have to do everything I do, but I want what I'm doing to inspire you to think more deliberately about what you're doing. And with that, I want to tell you, in case nobody else tells you today, I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to change how you think. I believe in your ability to do the small things that you need to do brick by brick to make your dreams come true. And that's why I'm here every day. Anita said, I will write down a time to outline my online course. Excellent. That's a brick she's doing today. Jessica said, should I buy a set of Legos and write my specific goals within my dreams on each one? If you want to, if that inspires you, you can do this however you want to do. And what I love about that is that you are taking what I'm saying and you're letting it be the spark that ignites change that becomes personal for you. That's the most important part. And by the way, because some of you keep asking, this is my intent bracelet. My word of the year is deliberate. This sucker, I think, costs 29 bucks. You can pick out the metal color. You can pick out the string color. And if you use my name, Mel, at checkout, they are a partner of ours, you get 30% off. This is what we call an environmental trigger. There's a lot of science about environmental triggers, good and bad environmental triggers. This is a good one because it reminds you of your word. It reminds you of your mantra. And it reminds me that when I start to scramble or I get emotional or I get unfocused, oops, there's my word again. Better get deliberate. There's my environmental trigger to keep me on track. And it really works. So if you want one of these bracelets, pick your word, go to myintent.org. Org, you know what that means? It means some of the proceeds go to charity, which is also super duper cool. Use Mel at checkout and you'll get yours, anything you buy on there, for 30% off. They are our partner. I love working with them because they're a charity-driven organization and they have a science-backed tool that's cheap, that's cool, that will help you stay on track as you go brick by brick, laying that path towards your dreams. All right, I got to go lay the bricks for my dreams today. So I will catch you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, I can't remember what we're talking about, but it is something cool, and it is right here on my sheet. And we're talking about, do you ever feel like you're living that I'll be happy when? Oh, I'll be happy when I get a job. I'll be happy when I find a house. I'll be happy when I find a relationship. I'll be I'll be happy when is we'll be happy as a family when we get a puppy. If you are doing that, we're going to talk tomorrow about why that's a bad thing to do, to hang your happiness on climbing some ladder to happiness, and how to get off the ladder life and get into your life today. All right, I will see you tomorrow. myintent.org, 5-second journals. Get on over to Amazon and go Google Take Control of Your Life, or go to melrobbins.com/take control and download your free workbook. You don't have to buy anything to change your life. You just got to get out of your head and into action. Bye.